During World War II, there were many innovations to make World War II the bloodiest war to date. One of the innovations was the machine gun. It made taking out multiple targets quickly and efficiently. Another innovation to World War II to make it one of the worst wars to date was the hydrogen bomb. They were also a deadly innovation for World War II. They were used in the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. There were two different bombs they used in the bombings. They used a bomb called Little Boy for Hiroshima and a bomb called Fat Man for Nagasaki. Fat Man was far more powerful than Little Boy.
North Africa in 1942. The United States and British realized that to win the war they needed to take the Suez Canal and North African countries that the Germans were using to supply themselves. The Germans controlled just about all of the North African countries, so when the United States and Great Britain took it back, it caused the Germans to lose their oil supply and their control over the Red Sea. This let the Allies directly attack the German-controlled land. Italy in 1942. The Allies invaded Italy so that they could continue to advance against the Germans and end the war sooner. The Soviet Union was fighting to hold back the German invasion in their country. The Allies promised to help the Soviet Union, and the only way that they could do that was to continue to fight Germany so that they could prevent Germany from sending more troops to the Soviet Union. Italy was the only place that the Allies could attack and support the Soviet Union. France 1942. The Allies stormed the beaches of Normandy so that they could take it and then take Omaha, Utah, Juno, Gold, and Sword Beach. These were significant because they gave the Allies a way to bring supplies, troops, tanks into the war in France. That allowed the Allies to liberate Germany in 1945. The Allies advanced into Germany where the Germans surrendered and the Allies hunted down and put Nazi leaders on trial for death. From January 14th to January 24th, 1943, the first war conference between Allied powers was held in Casablanca, Morocco. The purpose of this conference was relatively vague. It took steps toward planning the Allied strategy to end the war. Initially, it was the Big Three meeting between Roosevelt, Churchill, and Stalin. It became a Big Two meeting when Stalin declined the invitation. With his country besieged by both Hitler and the harsh winter, Stalin didn't feel that he could leave. Even without Stalin, or perhaps due to his absence, the Casablanca Conference was successful. It set basis and direction for the rest of the war, and most importantly, it established terms and unconditional surrender. The Germans launched another huge armored offensive with nearly 3,000 tanks and guns, including the new Panther tanks. More than 2.5 million troops fought across an area nearly the size of Belgium. Up to this point, the Soviets had never defeated the German summer offensive. Thanks to better equipment, advanced knowledge of the German plans, and improved battlefield tactics, the Red Army prevailed. America's #1 strategy for defeating Japan was simple. We would impatiently take over Japanese-controlled islands until they had no huge defenses left until we hit mainland. Over the course of 1942, multiple battles were fought over the Pacific Ocean between both navies, Japan and the United States. The Battle of the Midway, fought over near the tiny U.S. Mid-Pacific base at Midway Atoll. Prior to this action, Japan possessed general navy superiority over the United States and could usually choose where and when to attack. After the Midway, the two opposing fleets were essentially equals, and the United States soon took the offensive.